What's up, people? It's KR086 here with a short guide to help you get a better handle on early progression in Pokemon Legends EA DLC. Now, I have some friends getting frustrated with progressing through hyperspace portals, so hopefully this helps. Alright, so starting off, you want to make donuts. And if you're like me, you probably already have a decent hoard of berries in your inventory before getting the DLC. If you don't, there are plenty of berry stalls around the city of Lumiose to get some base berries to start your journey into hyperspace. I would suggest buying berries from the stalls in Wild Zones 8 and 9. These are perfect berries for making donuts for 1-star hyperspace Wild Zones. Your main goal for making donuts at this point is to build the calorie count. So Payapa, Yache, and Chilean berries are a good focus, giving you 70 calories per berry used and a plus 3 level boost per berry used. That'll give you a donut with 210 calories and a plus 9 level boost. And if you go to a 1-star hyperspace portal, that'll give you about 3.5 minutes in the hyperspace zone. Also, try and go for the small zones in the beginning. Now, in the zone, you have 3 tasks to complete. Usually, it'll have catching a certain number of Pokemon, destroying a certain number of floating Pokeballs, catching a certain number of different species, or collecting a certain number of sparkling items on the ground. The best way to go through these is to have a Pokemon that knows extreme speed and can fly. Good choice is Dragonite for this. Not to mention a team of Pokemon that can clear breakable obstacles such as boulders, brambles, and sludge. I would recommend Dragon Rush does a good job of breaking boulders. Flamethrower does a good job of destroying brambles, so I usually use like Charizard for both the boulders and the brambles. And Sludge, best to wash it away with Surf, and I use Slowbro for that. All you want to do once you're in the zone, start running and looking for floating Pokeballs. While looking for the floating Pokeballs, collect the sparkling items off the ground, and just throw Pokeballs at Pokemon that get in your way. Your goal is to find a nice circular path through the zone while clearing these zones like so. And once you complete the tasks, a golden Pokeball should appear in somewhere on the map. And you definitely want to try and break that. Usually on a small map, you should be able to accomplish all of that and still have a decent amount of time to just play around in the map. Mostly, I like to destroy all the Mega Stones that are in the map after I take care of all the tasks. But definitely try to find like a nice little circle path to go to. I usually try to go for the newer Pokemon in a wild zone, like hyperspace only Pokemon in the wild zone first, and then go for all the other ones. But the most important thing you get in these quick run throughs are hyper berries. These will increase your calorie count and level bonus. Early on, just run through a few 1-star hyperspace wild zones. Jeez, that's a tongue twister. And just collect as many hyper berries as you can from the Pokeballs. If you feel you don't have enough time or can't complete the task, just focus on the floating Pokeballs to hopefully increase your hyper berry stock. Now, let's take some of these berries and make a new donut. As you can see, the hyper berries can give higher level bonuses and higher calorie counts. However, they can be duds, like this 1-star donut I made that had 297 calories, but if you really focus on the calories you put into the donut, you can increase it higher, like this Pomeg chocolate donut that has the same level boost, but a high calorie count. Leading to me having a donut for a 1-star zone, giving me double the time of the no-star donut I used in the last wild zone. Honestly, as long as you take these little pointers to heart, you should be fine keeping up with the story. And if you feel you just need more berries to get you through later parts of the DLC, just take a break and farm some berries in low-level hyperspace wild zones and hyperspace battle zones, which also give out berries from some of the yellow chat trainers you defeat. And you can still destroy Pokeballs and collect sparkling items in between battles. Highly recommend doing these type of hyperspace portals till you have a decent assortment of berries or hyper berries to give yourself an easier time in the DLC. Alright, so this is not part of the script, this is a little add-on, but you will be able to get a lot more berries. You will be able to put a lot more berries into donuts later on in the game. As you beat more of the main DLC story, Rogue Mega Evolutions, you will be able to increase your berry count for making donuts, and that will also increase your calorie level. It'll also open up the ability to get special properties added to the donuts, like sparkling power, you know, things that you saw if you played Scarlet and Violet and you made the sandwiches. You'll be able to get sparkling power, and eventually, if you make more of a sour donut using the sour flavor profile, you will actually be able to increase your chances of getting berries. If you get the item power berry, especially at level 3, you will be getting at least 8 berries per small Pokeballs. You can find it on a lot of different YouTube channels that are talking about Pokemon Legends of the Mega Dimensions. So definitely just you know, keep your spirits about you, and just, you know, try to, like, in the early stages of the DLC, try to, like, build up your counts of, like, hyper berries by using the advice I gave you in this video so far, until you can actually feel like you are doing a lot better. And you could always use those afterwards, you know, so you can, like, continue to, like, increase your berry count and all that stuff, even when you have the item berry power level 3. So that's it for the video. Hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. I did the most amount of editing I've ever done in a video so far, so thank you for checking out the video. And if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. You know, peace out.